Hi, welcome back to another plan with me. Today is actually October 29th, but because I have a limited kind of filming schedule, I kind of have to film. Let me show you on the calendar. I kind of have to film today. So it is a couple of days before the end of the month, but I thought it would be better to be earlier than later. So nothing too much will happen in the next 2 days that'll change anything too much. So I thought it'd be kind of the same thing. So I really feel like I've blinked since the last plan with me. I feel like it has not been long at all, but I guess I also did it a little bit late. Overall, I think it was a decent month. It definitely was a little bit slower than my other months because after the market, I wanted to take it a little bit slower. And so apart from just very, very slowly preparing for the shop update and just kind of working on YouTube, there hasn't been any major urgent deadlines. So it's been nice. I've been taking it easy. I feel like I just took the whole month to recover. I mean, not really recover, but just to give myself a break from the market prep because I know going into November, I'm going to have to prep for the December market. So if you remember me writing early December, is that early or is that mid? That's kind of early December. I've got Mellow Market in Melbourne, which is the interstate market. So yeah, I really need to get started on the market prep now. And I know I say that, but I'm just always so behind on it. But ideally, November is a market prep month as well as trying to stay on top of YouTube. So my goals for October were to get back into a YouTube routine. I feel like I made progress. I did post that. I did post that on the 17th, I believe. Where's my pen? This pen. I didn't end up posting a studio vlog, though I did edit it. I did edit most of it. It just wasn't the clips, the order of the clips didn't quite make sense. So I need to go back and kind of, they are older clips. So some of them I have to kind of just edit a little bit so it makes more sense. So it seems like more of a complete video. But I am happy to say that I feel like I've almost completely caught up on the old footage so that, I've taken a break from recording because I didn't want to build up too much of a backlog of videos. But I feel like in this video, I kind of have gotten up to speed with where I am right now. And so I'm looking forward to filming more current vlogs again. And then the plan with me is what we're doing now. So, I feel like I was fairly on schedule for that. It's the first time that I feel like I've really followed the schedule that I planned out in October. So I want to say yes, I kind of did get back into somewhat of a routine. At the very least, I was thinking about it, what YouTube video I was going to edit or work on or post that week. Catch up on ARC reviews. Unfortunately, no. But as a kind of indirect goal, I did catch up on all my ARC books. So I have no more open ARC books to read. For any new viewers, ARC books are advanced reader copies. So they're books that haven't been published yet and they're released early so that authors can get reviews for a number of reasons. But I'm very grateful to be an ARC reader, reviewer. I'm just really bad at posting my reviews or sharing them on good reads. That's definitely something I need to get up to eventually. But no, I did not, unfortunately, do any ARC reviews, which is terrible. I think I have 9 books to review that I've read already. I just need to review. And shop update, I want to say technically I am aiming to post it on Friday, but I finished editing some of the photos and then I realized I haven't taken some product photos of other things. So I still need to take photos of that. I need to work on the kind of yearly overview planner that a few of you have requested. So I'm not sure if Friday is a realistic date, but I will still kind of aim for it. It might be something that I really have to work on very last minute tomorrow to try to get it all out. But the end of the week is always quite busy. So shop update, I want to say I made progress, but I didn't actually have one. So I'm unsure whether or not I should tick that. I'll give a little squiggle, I think, as in I've made progress, but it's not exactly complete. So those are my October goals. And if we go to November's goals, my main goal, I think, would be to prepare for the market. So, right, market prep. And then, do I want to say ARC reviews again? I feel like it's going to be fairly similar to my October goals, which is catch up on ARC reviews and the YouTube routine. Those two are kind of the big ones. I'm going to rewrite catch up on ARC reviews for my November goal because I did not do that in October, but catch up on ARC reviews. And then I think Patreon postcard is a big one because I send them out in December, which means I need to design it, start collecting people's information. So every year I send out a Patreon postcard as a little reward, and it's for people that have been a patron for at least 6 months this year. And so I send them an exclusive like Herbie postcard and sticker. I write a little message on the back. My favorite thing about that is asking people what their highlight was of the year, like their big achievement or like a little personal win for them. And I love writing that on the back because it's a little memory for them to keep. Like that's what they're most proud of that year. So writing the postcards is actually my favorite part, even though it does take a while. I really like being able to just check in with my patrons and see like what their year has been like. And it's really nice. It's a little tradition we've been doing for, I think this might be the 4th year now. I think definitely at least this is the 4th year now. So I need to start working on that. I think I don't want to be too stressed, especially come December with the market. I won't be thinking about that. So I definitely need to get it done before market prep really gets like too deep. So yeah, Patreon postcard for sure. And so that's the November goals. And I think we're just going to go straight into writing down all of the tasks again. So weekly updates on Monday as always. And then we've got journal updates on Wednesdays. These again are Patreon videos for Insider and Workshop patrons. So this does take up quite a chunk of my week. As you can see, I'm putting out 2 videos a week. If you're ever wondering how I spend my time as like a full-time kind of business owner, creative. It is also raining like quite heavily right now. I don't know if you can hear any of the rain. That would be a really nice kind of ambient sound. But I feel like the rain, the weather affected like my goals as I was writing them and like reflecting on it. It like brought my mood down a little bit. I feel like if it was really sunny and hot today, I would totally be in a different mood. But we're working with what we've got. So I was very behind on the D-Diary episode. So I did post it, I think. Did I post it on Tuesday? I can't even remember now. Not this Tuesday. Okay, I just had a delivery guy drop something off. It wasn't even my parcel. I'm just taking parcels for people, but I don't remember where I was at. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out so I did it on the 21st, and I think I posted it on the 23rd. So I posted it here. So DD app for September, which means that was for the previous month, and I haven't even done the DD app, like the podcast episode for this month. So it looks like in November, I'm going to have to do it twice as well. So let me grab a pencil and just maybe pencil in that I will do it on so Wednesdays are the only days that I'm home alone currently and can film a video in my studio, but I do have like a recording room that I can record in private. And so I might do the DD app on the Tuesday for October and then DD app for November. It's a little bit tight because again, I'm thinking of the Patreon postcard and then I'm thinking of the market prep. And this is why we do these plans, right? Because I was just kind of chilling. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, I really have to get a move on. I really have to start market prep. I really have to start thinking about the Patreon postcard. Yeah, because I need to restock business cards for the market. I want to make like a flyer for the market. There's lots of things to do. And of course in my brain, because when there's a lot of things to do, I want to put it off. And that kind of just makes it worse. So what else do I need to write in? business check-in. So I usually do that on the first Wednesday or I think it's been Thursdays these days. So it might be next Thursday. That's the first Thursday of the month. And then shop update. Nope. Finish sticker club. I do have my nephew's birthday. I'm going to write H birthday on the Sunday. So that's that weekend, kind of busy. And then finish sticker club. I was meant to finish it last Saturday. I haven't even started. It's just a constant monthly struggle, but you know, I'm trying. But I should be finishing sticker club. It'll be a Herbie one. I really should finish it by the 15th, so I'm not stressed. So let me just write. Oh, I just don't know if I can. I really should. I really, really, really should. I know it'll be easier for my future self. And I'm writing it down in pen. I'm committing to it. Finish sticker club. The Herbie ones tend to be a little bit easier actually than the doodly ones because like his body takes up quite a big chunk of the sticker sheet. Whereas the small sticker sheets that I do, it takes a lot of work to do each of those little ones, even if they look a bit simpler. But okay, that's sticker club. That makes me nervous. And then we've got, okay, so Little Notes Post and Happy Mail. So that's my monthly kind of Happy Mail. I used to release those kind of in the last week-ish and the first week of the month, but I have decided to move those to the middle of the week to make it just a little bit easier for myself, like time scheduling wise, because I noticed that the last week of the month I was always really, really overwhelmed because it was just too much to do. And so really this week I should be focusing on Little Notes Post and Happy Mail and email newsletter. So let me pencil that in. Let me do email newsletter. I'll also move the email newsletter because I normally do it around like Patreon newsletter time and it's just too much. It just made a lot of sense to move it so that I wasn't posting 2 newsletters within a couple of days of each other, especially if you're on both lists. But I doubt it. I think most people either see the Patreon newsletter or the email newsletter, rarely both. But in case they do, I think it would make sense to have more of a mid-month check-in so it doesn't feel as spammy. And so that way, once I post the Happy Mail, I will post Happy Mail and Little Notes Post here, then I can post about it in the email newsletter. And then I can do a little bit of a market like notice that I will be at a market in a few weeks. And then we've got the usual calendar and wallpaper on the 28th and then Patreon newsletter on the 30th. I think that is everything. I'm pretty happy with that. I do like the idea of using the pencil for things I'm not sure about. I don't know why I penciled that in. That really should be with pen. I know it's exactly on that date, but that's fine. I'll leave that there. Just double checking I haven't missed anything. I think that's about it. So this is the kind of month plan and I've got a pre-folded old Kmart receipt here to write the week plan on. So I split it into 4 because this is this current week and I would say that's predominantly October. So I'm considering 4 full weeks in November. Oh, wrong pen. This pen is still going, unfortunately, but we've got week of November 3, week of November 10th, week of November 17th, and week of November 24th. Oh, I went too far off the page. I feel like this pen is like close to dying, but it really is just holding on. So, week of November 3rd, I did write Tetrakaigi, but I actually do have the studio vlog to post first. So what I might do is move that. I think I will move the Tetrakaigi to the week after. 2026 Tetrakaigi. And then I will post a studio vlog. And then I think the plan with me will be in, I feel like it's too early to post it here. So I think it has to be the December plan with me here. But then I also want to post like a market update. Yeah, I'm not super sure yet for the rest, but I'm going to leave that for now. I just know that these are the next two kind of coming up. And then I'll write studio vlog. And then DD app October. Again, I don't write weekly and journal updates because I do it every single week, so I don't really need the reminder for that. I do have business check-in. And that's it for now. I might write, because I can see finish sticker club here, I might write start on sticker club, which means I just need to do a draft. And I'll leave that for now until we go back over our goals. But week of November 10th, I need to, if I want to get it out on this day, I need to work on it this week. So work on little notes post. That's why, yes, writing down the due date for things are good, but then you need to work on, like write down when you want to work on it because it's not just going to get done all in that one day usually. Happy Mail, I write it here, so that needs to come out. This pen is working way too well right now, I think because I'm writing on the book, so it's like that soft surface bringing it out. And then we've got email newsletter. And then we've got finish sticker club. And then, because I've written Tetrukagi here, I think plan for I think just write Tetrukagi film. Tetrukagi. Again, we'll come back to the goals for now, but November 17th, I should be recording November's DD app. And that's all I've got there for now, which is good because I anticipate I will not be on time for all of this. So it's good to have a little bit of buffer. And then in the very last week, we've got the calendar and wallpaper. And then we've got Patreon, newsletter. Oh, my throat just got really scratchy. And then I think that's it. Okay, so market prep. Let's tackle the first goal. How do we want to do this? So really, I should be starting next week. I think once what? Once the shop update is done, then I need to be really focusing on it. So the very first week, I need to be starting on like, I guess like stock take and seeing what needs to be restocked. Luckily, I still have quite a bit from the previous market prep, so I think that would be okay, but just working out, the numbers of everything. So inventory review, and also to see like what didn't I stock for the previous market, what do I need to do this market, just to get my bearings of like, okay, let's get the market plan together and hopefully have some sort of schedule from that. So this inventory review will include just developing a schedule for the market. Let's do that. And market prep schedule. And then hopefully by then I should be prepping every single week. I'm just going to write it so I remember. But I also need to, like I said, restock business cards. That'll all be under the market prep schedule. But restock business cards, hopefully have a flyer. Think about the setup if I want to buy any more storage kind of display options. Anyway, that'll be in a market prep video if I end up doing that here. A little bit of an update, but I will just write market prep every week for now. And then I think that's good. And then catch up on ARC reviews. So I should be chipping away at that every weekend, I think. Because my weekends are slightly less busier and I don't want to feel obligated to do too much work, but ARC reviews are still semi-productive. So same thing with market prep. I'm just going to write it every week. ARC reviews. Just 1 or 2 every week would be ideal. I was pretty good last month as well at keeping my weekly tasks here, so I could actually just fold it out and see what I've done, what I still need to do, because I've always been pretty bad at keeping this, like, what do you call it, on hand, like in front of me, just easy access, because it just gets lost. But as you can see, I did accomplish most things in the first few weeks, but definitely fell behind with shop update, sticker club, work on sticker club, did not even do that. Email newsletter, I did decide to skip this month just because of delaying the little notes post. Actually, I might. No, that's fine. I mean, for the shop update, I might need to do one for the shop update. I might put it here. Email newsletter. Post video, I did not end up posting. I did edit the studio vlog, but I didn't end up posting it. So I will cross that out. Why did I cross it here, not here? So post video. I did prep a little notes post Instagram thing, but I haven't posted it yet because I felt like I wanted to promote the shop update before that. It just made more sense in my brain. So these are kind of work in progress. This is all to be happening this week, but DD app is not happening this week. And I'm currently doing the November planned with me. So not too bad. I feel like I wasn't too off. I did say everything. I mean, I did kind of make progress on, or I'm doing things that I said I wanted to do. So this has been helpful just keeping this here. So I would do that again for next month. But what was I saying? ARC reviews. Yes. So I took care of that every single week. And then Patreon postcard. I need to design it and then get it printed and then post the Google form to get people's details. So my question is, do I want to ship it after? I think I can. I think the thing is that there is a deadline for shipping it, but I think it's just before the 31st or something, or maybe before Christmas. So I think I can, maybe when I get back this week, all I do is write on the postcards, but just make sure that they're kind of outsourced before then, or that they get delivered this week. So I need to send it this week. So I need to finish designing it kind of. I do have a bit of buffer. I just know I'm not going to be thinking of anything while I'm doing market prep because I get so hyper fixated on that I really can't think of anything else. So it's in my best interest to try to do as much as I can this month and not think that I have a lot of time. I think that's my trap always. I always think I have more time than I do, and never really count for things kind of taking longer than I expect. So I would want to, this looks so busy. So I think I want to start designing it maybe in this week. This looks like the least busiest so far because it's got a lot of space. So I think work on Patreon postcard. But I also need to give myself a deadline to finish it because if I don't, then I won't finish it. I kind of just like to delay it because I just get scared of the task. So if I'm working on it this week, I think I really should just finish it. No, just do the Patreon postcard and sticker. Just do it. Just get it done. I give myself 1 week. This is also really important to know your limits. This might not be necessary for everyone, but for me, I know my habits, my tendencies to delay a task because it seems like too much pressure. And so if I don't make myself do it, I will just keep pushing it out. Okay, I feel good about that. And then with outsourcing it, I think I might leave actually the outsourcing and the collecting of people's information until the 1st. Because by then, I should have finished the design, then I can make the post with the mock-up of it. And then that's the week I actually order them. I order them and then I'm going to write it here, even though this is a space for order postcards. Just a little note for my future self and collect Patreon info. And then ship out postcards, I think. Write and ship postcards. I think that's good. It is a little tight, but I think that's okay. And December's meant to be my reset month. It's not really looking like a reset month right now, but that's okay. We're working with what we've got. All right. I do, even though this is overwhelming, I do feel better. I feel like I have a clear idea of what the month ahead is going to look like, what it should look like. And I have a much more realistic view of my month because I was just kind of in la la land these past few weeks, which has been great. Honestly, it's been great post market to just been reading my books, catching up on my books, especially in this last week now. I've just been focusing on finishing up my books before the end of the month because I have this arbitrary goal of like keeping the books read within the month, just really purely simply for the cleanness of tracking because I like to say that it was read before the end of the month. It really means nothing, but I have been preoccupied with that. But now this gives me motivation to really get on this shop update that is meant to be this week-ish so that I can really get started on market prep. I can get started on the sticker club next month, little notes post, arc reviews, Patreon postcard. There's a lot, but it feels somewhat manageable if I stay to this, like if I stick to this schedule. Okay, so that is this week, which is again good. I like that it tapers off towards the end of the month because as you've seen, things don't always get done and it's better to give yourself more room in case you need to catch up on anything in this these beginning weeks. Oh, I didn't write any IG things. Those were actually kind of helpful because I feel like it forced me to think about it when I usually ignore it. So in this first week, I don't know. Let's just leave that. I'm just going to write IG for now. And then I can fill that in. Well, I know that I should be posting the Happy Mail here. And then the little notes post, but I don't know when I will do that. Well, if I'm trying to... Sorry, keep flipping back and forth. If I'm trying to post the Tetrakaigi on the 10th, then I should do the Tetrakaigi kind of either an image or a snippet or something. Just sharing the planners that I'm using for next year. And then 24th. No idea, but at least it's there. All right, I like that. I like the look of that. That doesn't look too bad. So that is the weekly kind of breakdown, week by week breakdown, and then we're going to go into the actual 1 week breakdown. So let's choose the second week because the second week has more things to do. These are kind of up in the air, like not up in the air, but like I have to start on Sticker Club and work on Little Notes post, but I'm not sure if I can assign a specific day for that. They're more like just overall weekly tasks rather than specific, I think, things. So week of November 10th, this week. Okay, so I need to do Happy Mail and Little Notes post. I said I wanted to finish it by the Thursday, I think. Finish it on the Thursday. I think let's write it in pencil. Let's do Happy Mail, Little Notes post listings. And then email newsletter was the next day. Finish Sticker Club is kind of a weekly task, but I should be finishing it here, I think. Finish Sticker Club. work on Sticker Club. Oh no, that makes no sense. I just realized if I'm meant to be putting out the Happy Mail listing here, it's meant to be done. It's meant to be listed. I meant to have photographed it already. All right, hang on. This is why we do this. Well, this is why I do it. I really wrote on the same week to... I did. Wait, no, this is for the last... Sorry, I'm confusing myself. This is for October's... No, I'm confused. I've already got out October's one. November's... No, okay. This is for December. This is November's sticker. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. This is 2 different months. I'm getting confused. That works. But I still need to photograph the November Happy Mail. Photograph November Happy Mail. I need to scan in little notes post so I can get that ready for that and edit those photos and all that. Okay, yes, that makes sense. I just really confused myself for a second. Film Tetrakaigi. So Wednesdays typically will be the only days I can film. So film Tetrakaigi, but I also, let's write it in pen because it always happens. I also have to film a journal update for Patreon on that date. And also a weekly update on the Monday. So just looking at that, is this realistic? Probably not. This needs to be done here. Scanning in, photographing so that I've just got the full day to film and edit if need be. So I'm going to move this. Okay, I need to write film. No, I already forgot. Photograph. A November Happy Mail. Scan in November little notes post. I think that makes sense. Does it? I think prep for Tetrakaigi here. And then arc reviews would be weekend. So I think I will do... Oh, not there. I'll just write it on the bottom for both days, and I can just choose whatever day works. Or write it on both days, arc reviews. And then market prep would be restocking. But it's quite a hectic week, so I don't restock on the weekends. I'm not doing too intense work on the weekends. I try not to, at least. Computer work, yes, but not so much like studio work. Restocking might be able to get done on Monday and Thursday. So I'm just going to write market prep, whether that's restocking or designing something. I'll just put it there to think about. Market prep. But this is already quite busy because like Sticker Club is already quite a big thing, and then filming this. I think that's okay. That is quite busy. But I think I have like scheduled in every single thing. Yep, market prep, arc reviews, IG post, Happy Mail. So I think I can do an IG post on the Friday. So IG Happy Mail. I need to update the links once I've posted. I always forget that to update like my bio links, the homepage, update, website, IG links, just to link to the most current, like with the correct pictures of the Happy Mail. Okay, I think that's good. So that's how I would break down the tasks in 1 week and assign it to specific days in the week so that I'm making progress on it without being too overwhelmed by the end of the week. Okay, so that is the week breakdown, the week plan. And I think we're going to go into the overview planner and just kind of plan out the month, review the previous month. So I'll put this to the side. Oh, this is coming off. Oh no, I think I was a bit too rough with the pen. My bad. So I do have some highlights here. I've been trying to write it down throughout the month or I will forget it. I use my fountain pen in here. But for the month of October, I mean, we're still in the month, so it shouldn't be too hard. I did prep some things. So currently enjoying. I read so many good books this month. I just finished Devotions by Mary Oliver yesterday. That's a poetry book, so not really a novel. But I also finished Wasim by Lilas Taha. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, but I'll put the cover up on the screen. I loved that book so much. It was just a roller coaster of emotions, but it was so beautiful and I'm so glad I read it. It's funny, it's silly, but it's really emotional as well. It's about a boy that was born with a disability and has grown up, just lived his entire life in a Palestinian camp in Lebanon. And that's the life that he knows. And he can't speak, he can barely walk. And so he struggles with that. But he's got an incredibly sharp mind. And you just kind of follow his journey as he just reads more and expands his world through education. And I don't want to spoil it too much. There's so much in it. There's family in there, but there's also chosen family. There's love, there's heartbreak, it's just beautiful. I think it's just the most perfect, well-rounded book. And I would say it's not too depressing. It's not too much of a tragic book. I really, my heart did get broken quite a bit, but it didn't leave me completely ruined by the end. It kind of broke me apart, but put me back together again. So if you love character-driven stories that just really focus on just the intricacies of daily life, but with a bit of humor, and it's just clever. It's just such a clever book. But this was an ARC book, and I'm just so grateful to have read it. But that is one of the recent books that I finished, I think, last week. But I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. There's not really a song that I would say defined my month, so I'm going to skip the song. I feel like I've just been listening to a mishmash of everything. But the other thing that I really enjoyed was experimenting with and using up journals, because we're getting to the end of the year and, my journals are getting to the end as well. I've just been thinking, of course, Tetrikagi season, right? I've been thinking about what planners I want to use, what I want to switch up. And you saw that I posted the Hobonichi video. So apart from that, I really am not changing too much. I'm just changing maybe the journals I'm in, using up journals. But yeah, just getting to the end of journals is just really, really fun. I love having a complete journal by the end. My daily log is almost done. And because that's almost done, it gives me a chance to spend time in other journals, catching up on that. So it's been really good. I feel like it's a good month to close out some journals and really think about what has been working. Struggling with, I am happy to report that I haven't been struggling with too much. I did write filming schedule, but now that I'm thinking about it, I want to say no. I honestly think it's okay. I don't think I'm really struggling too much with anything that I can remember at the very least. I was really struggling with the mess on my desk, post-market mess, but I've cleaned it up a lot since. So I don't know if that counts as struggling with. I think so. I think I'll just write messy desk. And I will write filming schedule, at least. But they weren't very major struggles. And wins. So one of the biggest wins was that market was one of them. That was definitely a win. But I'm going to write on the side because there's quite a bit. I invested in my business a lot this month. Very scary investments, but I got a laptop, a new laptop, which I'm recording on right now, and a Square terminal. So my computer was still working. There's many reasons for why I decided to get a laptop, and it wasn't really an impulsive decision. I've been thinking about it on and off for the past year and a half, but big investment for business. But getting the Square terminal as well felt like a really big investment, just leveling up my sorry, I can't think it right at the same time. Leveling up my market kind of customer experience. So laptop and Square Terminal. So those are two very, very big wins. I did my tax return, which I always dread every single year, but it wasn't too bad actually. I finished Arc books. I finished that. I didn't do the reviews, but at least I finished the Arc book, so nothing's open right now. And one more thing I'm going to squeeze in here. I've been having really just full weekends with my husband. Full in the sense that like we just had a lot of fun, and we just did a lot of things that felt like a very productive, not in like the business sense, but just productive. Like, okay, my camera just overheated, but I think we're back in business. So that is the October review, and then we're going to do just write down the priorities for November. So I wrote down, I think, market prep. I already forgot. Market prep, catch up on ARC reviews, and Patreon postcard. We're just rewriting it because this book is kind of just like a reference book. I don't have my clip because I was using it to hold down my book pages, which works really well. I do want to make these lines a little bit smaller, so I want to update this design a little bit, but this is one of the planner, what do you call it? The products that I want to include in the shop update, because I didn't think anyone would be interested in it, but you have all been so sweet, and some of you have requested that I list this, so catch up on ARC reviews. I'm just not sure how I want to do it because I know everyone, has a personal preference. So I don't know if anyone wants to do the favorite books of 2025. So I'll kind of include like single layouts. So if you decide to just skip over the favorite books, you can. If you want to skip over the income or the monthly stats, you can. I just need to make it easy for you to kind of mix and match your pages, but also have an all-in-one if you wanted, because like not everyone has Patreon either. So I'm just like, how do I do this? I don't know how to do this, but I definitely want to make these lines smaller because this is really, really wide. I mean, it works out, but it'd be nice to have a bit more space for the wins as well. Focus. The last one is Patreon postcard. Okay, that is November, and I can't believe we're getting to the very end, and that's December. And then the last kind of thing in this planner is like 2025 in pictures. So I'll just print out probably 9 on each page? No, 6. I probably fit 6. 12 pictures, 6 on each page of the year. That kind of, maybe like one from, I think that's what I was planning, one from each month, or just the 12 key highlights from the year. And then I think there's a space for letter to self, or just a little summary, little diary entry of how the year went. But we're getting very close to the end. I'm going to move this tab. Okay, next is monthly stats. That's pretty much the very last thing. It is the 29th of the month, so I can't write it in pen, but I will write in pencil I never know where it is. I will write in pencil what my stats are currently as of today, and then I can always just erase it when it comes to the end of the month. So for Instagram, it actually surprisingly went up, and I think because a few of you came from YouTube and you found my Instagram, but I had 9343, which is surprising that it actually went up. It's my first positive month in a while, but that's a gain of 21, and I will anticipate that'll keep going down later, so that's okay. It's nice to see that it's kind of more than it was in the beginning, but that's fine. I can't control Instagram, but I did post 3 times at least. I mean, that is, unless I'm going to post sometime this week, I might for the shop update. So I'll just pencil that in 3 times, which is pretty good. And then for YouTube, I am on 9543, thanks to that one Hobonichi video and my new Hobonichi subscribers. Hi, welcome. But that is a gain of 153. And I posted 3 times. If I post this video, it'll be 4 times. So that will be ideal. And then for Patreon, we're back up to 60, which is surprising and very nice. And I'm very, very grateful. So hello to my new patrons as well. I think you came from YouTube, but that is a gain of 4. So we kind of just went back. All right, that is it for the monthly stats. And I think that's pretty much it for this planner. I'm just reviewing my Q4 shop update, YouTube routine, catch up on footage. Yeah, that's pretty much all. I should have put like Patreon posts. I don't know. There's too many little things that I don't know. But at least I know I'm on track for the catch up on footage and the shop update. That's not too bad. And I'm pretty happy with that. I do feel a lot better. Again, the month always looks more intense than I anticipate, but it gives me a realistic view of the month to come, which is always the goal. I want to be able to just know what's ahead of me without being delusional about it. But I'm going to move this. Should I move it over? It's not too early. I'm going to move the film plan with me to, I said I wanted it for, was it the first week? I wasn't even sure. The first week of December, maybe, which is a little bit late for me, but I will try that. But I will pin this in here so it doesn't get lost. All right, so that is the plan with me for November. Again, we've got 2 more days left of October, so it's kind of a nice time to be planning because I want to plan for the month before the month begins. It does make sense. I really should be planning it earlier. With that being said, I really should move this then. I should be moving the plan with me to the week before, to the very last week of November. If it's too early, that's okay. Better early than late, right? And better late than never. So that is the very end of this plan with me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this one wasn't too boring. I feel like there wasn't anything too major to talk about. I am just trying to stay on top of the tasks and get a little bit better at market prep and YouTube and all that. Just trying to clear the backlog. I really want to be able to go into the next year feeling like I've caught up on my tasks or at least closed out as much as I can. Not bring too much into the new year with me. And the whole point of these plan with me's is just to be a little bit more efficient, not necessarily productive, but just for me to stop, like manage my tendencies to just put things off and to like help with my time blindness, because I always think I have more time than I really do. But that is all. Thank you so much for watching this plan with me, and I will see you next month. Bye.